Have you ever felt that you were meant for more and that you were meant to be a leader and that you were meant to be an entrepreneur and you create a side hustle that may become a main hustle and that you create an environment that people thrive in and that you become a leader for others to successfully change their life for the better? At the same point, you feel that there's challenges of, I don't know where to start. I don't know how to begin. I don't know anything about running a business. Well, I know you feel this way because I felt the same way. However, I will tell you that there's nothing different between you and I, except a few principles that I want to share with you today, and those things that made me successful in my entrepreneurial journey. So I want to take you back, and I want to take you a quick journey through my story. And it was a story about failure and growth, and 3 principles that would change my life from the military that I grew to learn well, of action, adaptability, and resiliency. These aren't just ideas, but they actually became the building blocks of what now I understand led to my success as a business entrepreneur. So let's start at the beginning. So when I was a kid, I had a lot of energy, probably too much that some would say. I always wanted to talk to people in class. The teachers would probably get annoyed with me, and I was always in trouble. And my parents, of course, they did their best, and we discovered that I had ADD and ADHD, and medication was the answer. But I had a lot of side effects. My face would have motor function movements that eventually led to me being made fun of. It led to some alienation. And so it kind of withdrew me from people a little bit at that time in my life. And so what I did was I decided, you know what? I'll just be smarter. I'll work harder. I'll be better than them in everything that I could think of. And then I'll be accepted. But the truth is that I didn't realize yet that this actually, what felt like a curse, would become a strength for me in the future. And maybe my secret power, I call it. So let's fast forward to around my 20s. And I'm active duty Army officer at this point. And I'm used to missions and deadlines and discipline and a schedule. And the first thing was action that I learned. See, within the military, there is no time for hesitation of action or decision. It is my job as an Army officer and as a commander to make decisions and to understand the impact of those decisions and assess the risk that each one of those will make for not only myself, but my organization, and most importantly, those who are going to conduct the mission. So that leads me into adaptability. In every military planning operation, no plan will ever survive enemy's first contact, meaning you always need to have more than one plan, and it will never be perfect. This is where, as a business owner, your adaptability leads to your success because you will always be faced with new challenges of information and things that you didn't know. Which leads me to number 3, resiliency. And I feel like this one's personal because when I was active duty, I started my first business and I lived in my detached garage in this home that I'm sitting in on a couch with no running water, no AC, no heat, sleeping with my dog on the couch because I wanted to start a side hustle and I wanted to grow something for my life. And at that moment, at that time, did I have any idea that it would change my life, that would lead me into becoming a full-time entrepreneur, that would lead me to creating a 7-figure business? No, not at all. I just simply wanted to change my life in a little way by creating a little extra income. But I put everything in for it. I went all in, and I took action. And what I found is that the courage that I needed was found after I made the action and decision to do it. See, being the military officer, I always felt like there was this plan, perfect plan that I needed and all the answers for all the challenges that could come my way because that's what I was used to. But understanding this, that is not how it's going to work in the business realm. And though, yes, you need a plan, you are not going to be able to create a plan for every problem or challenge that comes your way. But if you sit there and wait for that perfect plan, you will never start. You won't. You'll say, tomorrow. I'll think about it tomorrow. I need to, I don't know about this. I don't know about that. I need to come up with this better plan. And it won't happen. So therefore, you must take action, must be adaptable, and then brings me back to resiliency, which is where every time that there is a problem, you must see it through. And remember that it's not about you. It's about the team that you serve and those people and their lives. And so that's where this is personal to me, is because the resiliency for me was going through that experience of sleeping in that garage. I didn't have a shower. I had to go down to the YMCA to do, take a shower on the weekends. But the moment I was not in uniform and I was at home, I was on a computer learning. And there was tons of challenges, but I saw them through. And so these principles, they created a mind shift for me. And I started to realize this is where the real transformation for me began as a business owner. So you too will have a story similar to mine in your future where you look back and you say every challenge, every failure, every thing that came my way, if I was adaptable and I took action and then I was resilient, you'll find success. So to action, adaptability, and resiliency. These principles aren't just words for me. They're how I built the life that I live, my business, and my purpose. So if there's one takeaway for you today, you are stronger than you think. The obstacles that you're facing right now, they are shaping you and they are preparing you for what's next. And we as entrepreneurs will endure them all together, just in our different way and time. I appreciate you listening to my story. And if you resonated with this, let me know your thoughts. And remember, your story hasn't even started yet. So let's just get it started by starting today and move towards success for tomorrow.